What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today is September the 12th. I want to give you a quick pre-market update, go over some of the hot movers and what big money is doing today. Before we get into any of that, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off, you did have a PPI as well as initial jobless claims just come out. So initial jobless claims a little bit higher than the forecast, so 230 versus 227, so not necessarily the best. And then PPI somewhat mixed. So on a month over month, a little bit higher, year over year, a little bit lower. So somewhat kind of evenly divided, but the market is taking this somewhat negative data as a strong positive. And because of course everything correlates to interest rate cuts, so it'll be interesting to see exactly now the likelihood of a 50 basis point cut for the September 18th meeting, so less than a week away. So you see kind of that nice recovery right here. Currently pretty flat though for all the major futures, so kind of just stay tuned for that. Fear and Greed Index is improving, so it is at 43. Yesterday I believe it was at 39 or something like that. So people's appetite for risk is increasing, and that is very resemblant based on today, a lot of biotechs. So kind of stay tuned for that. Starting off, SoFi, it is down slightly. No actual news, no SEC filings, nothing like that. Shorts were somewhat active yesterday, so I think they increased around 1 million shares. 18.59% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 194.61 million shares overall are being shorted. We should be getting a new report from the NASDAQ fairly soon, so then we'll be able to kind of gauge exactly what the true short interest is at that stage. Right now it is at $7.32 pre-market, and so it is trading between this R2 and R3, so just watch for 725 to be that next strong support, and then 741 to be the next strong resistance. So I'm looking at the 1 minute chart, so that's very finite support and resistance points. I've already brought up kind of in previous videos time and time again some of the larger ones, so just anticipate a lot of volatility with SoFi in the end. I think we already know that at this stage. Like I said, a lot of biotechs are getting a lot of volume, not all good, but you do have Fulcrum Therapeutics. It is down 62% because of this news. You guys already know my viewpoint on kind of this. It's not really my forte for the most part, but this is a company profile, so you guys can read it and go through it. But 76 employees, founded in 2015. It is somewhat heavily shorted, so 16.12% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 8.06 million shares. Shorts have actually really doubled down with this company. Again, other than looking at it pre-market, I've never heard of this company, so shorts again feel a little bit more comfortable in doubling down, so something to keep in mind. And right now with it at 331, it is right above this S1, and so just watch for 313 to hold. Kind of extreme of a sell-off, but again, that kind of comes with the sector for the most part. Secondly, you did have this, so you had an 8K that was submitted after hours yesterday, so this is why it is up 131.37%, and this is Tenon Medical. This is what they do on a side note right over here. So 21 employees, founded in 2012, but this one's kind of a interesting one. I don't think I've actually encountered a company that is doing this, but they did a 1-for-8 reverse stock split, clearly to rectify a NASDAQ deficiency, but, or maybe not, maybe I'm out of context for that, but they did a reverse stock split regardless, but it looks like it doesn't now meet that 500,000 publicly held shares requirement. And again, that's because of the whole reverse stock split, but it just says right here, the staff has been given, actually I'll pull it up right here so you guys can see it. So the staff has given us until October 24th, 2024 to provide the staff with a specific plan to regain compliance of the minimum float requirement. So kind of interesting. In my opinion, I don't really see this being a good reason for it to be up this much, because simple solution to this, obviously, if you don't have sufficient amount of shares, dilute. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one thinking outside the box right here. But people seem to absolutely love it because of, I'm not really sure. So if there's some aspect that I'm missing, I don't know. Maybe the fact that they are posting this, that does mean that they at least get the rubber or the check mark from the NASDAQ for other discrepancies. Again, something to keep in mind. Not heavily shorted, so 1.39% of the free float. So tread cautiously with this stock, but there's no point going over fib levels. It's gone up way too high. So again, just tread with caution. Nvidia is getting a lot of volume today, so there's been a lot of good things coming out associated to it. I don't believe any of it is official stuff, as you can kind of see. So yeah, in reality, it's just reacting to the broader market. I think that like the market's still seeing Nvidia as kind of the front kind of growth aspect part of the stock, if you guys get what I'm saying. So if Nvidia goes up, then the market's okay. So I think right now we're safe for the most part. It's kind of a weird mentality how that is, but not heavily shorted as I brought up, so no point in kind of wasting your guys' time. But with it at 117, it is trading between this R2 and R3, so just watch for 116.09 to be that strong support. Flip side, 121 is going to be the next strong resistance / target. Very volatile, similar to SoFi and many other stocks. So again, tread cautiously. NIO, even though they haven't put out any news today, they're getting a abnormal amount of volume, but it seems to be pushing down slightly. It is also heavily shorted on a side note. So as you can kind of see, 14.26% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 186.16 million shares overall are being shorted. So right now with that at 555, it is trading between these 2 points, so the R2 and R3. So watch for 548 to be the strong support, and then 594 to be the next strong resistance. I feel like, in my opinion, the market has really focused a lot of attention on NIO, which obviously caused it to go up very, very high. I think there is going to be some time of consolidation that does happen for NIO, but it is just going to be kind of short term, and then of course a larger rally is going to continue. That's just my kind of bigger thoughts with NIO, but again, I could be wrong. So just take note of some of the strong support and resistance points regardless. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. Do you own any of these stocks, or is there any other stocks that is floating your boat today? Don't forget to take advantage of this promo. It is only up until September the 30th. Very kick-ass deal. Link in the description below and also the comments to get you 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. So with all that said, appreciate all of you watching.